What's up there, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for joining me for round 5 of the Bluebell PA Mid-Season Showdown. This is going to be against Joohwan Kim, and I believe that's exactly how you say his name. I could be wrong, and I do apologize if I did pronounce your name wrong. I can't help it. I can't even speak English sometimes, so I do apologize. But this is round 5, and it's going to be against the Sun Guy, and the Sun Guy is the guy that always uses Sun and Pokemon with Chlorophyll. And as you see right there, he does have the Lilligant, and I do believe his team was Lilligant, Groudon, Musherna, which I actually faced 2 Mushernas in this damn mid-season showdown. They gave me the toughest time because I had no idea what Musherna actually did. And he had Crobat, Kyurem, White, and Kangaskhan. Now he's going to bring the Lilligant, the Groudon, the Crobat, and the Kyurem right here. And I believe he leads with the Kyurem and the Crobat, which is a pretty good lead because you can just quick guard and go for the Blizzard. But I mean, you're still at risk for that accuracy drop right there. It's probably why he had the Musherna. But we're going to get into this really quick. But like I had said previously, he is the Sun Guy. He had actually top cut at Virginia Regional with pretty much like the same team. He had a Kyurem, White, the Groudon, and the Lilligant on his team, and I believe the Lilligant did have Teeter Dance in Virginia as well, because it did have Teeter Dance right here. It could have been in the same set. Teeter Dance, Sleep Powder, Protect, and I believe Grass Knot, and it puts in a lot of work right here, and it gives me a really tough time, as you're going to see. And it's going to be pretty much a Mungus and Lilligant at the end here. So, as I had said, he's going to lead with the Crobat and the Kyurem. Pretty good lead. I mean, it's pretty offensive. I mean, you get Super Fangs off, set up the tail end. And then you can go ahead and get some pretty good offense off with the Kyurem. I can pretty much take it out with 2 Sludge Bombs right here. But what I believe I do right here is I'm like, what can a Crobat really do? I just go for the straight up Fake Out. If he wants to taunt my Smeargle, that's perfectly fine. I could just switch out the following turn. What I really want to do is here, I want to trap him in and go for a Perish Song. And this is pretty much the only time throughout the entire tournament where I pretty much could just pull off Perish Trap, like, pretty significantly, because I was like, maybe I can just, like, you know, wide guard the following turn, or wide guard the following turn after I protect it, double protect it, and because of the Blizzard. But he had no way of setting up Gravity, so I don't think he would have gone for the Blizzard. But as you're going to see here, I believe he has Icy Wind. So I'm going to go for the double protect right here. It was really good that he had actually didn't go for the taunt right there on the Smeargle, which is really good because I could just protect right there and doesn't force a switch out and take an unnecessary damage with the Pokemon that I do have in the back. So the Perish Trap's going to go down to a count of 2 after this turn, and I do believe he just revealed the Icy Wind right there. Is that what he did? Because yeah, I go for a wide guard, anticipating another Icy Wind. Probably just going for like the KO onto the Smeargle, get the Super Fang off into it, and you know, KO it with the Icy Wind. And I'm not too sure as to why he was running Icy Wind on the Kyurem, because I do believe Kyurem's one of Kyurem's signature moves is like a more powerful Icy Wind, but I think just regular form Kyurem gets that. I don't think Kyurem White gets that. So I'm going to block that out with the Wide Guard. I got to really switch out right here, so I kind of feel like if I save the Gengar for the back, I'm looking a little bit better here. So I'm going to put my Amoonguss in right there. It's going to go for Haze, and I didn't know why. Maybe because of the Smeargle boosts, but he's going to go ahead and go for a Draco Meteor, probably anticipating that I want to save my Smeargle for some Fake Out pressure later in the game, try to get a KO on a switch in right there. But I really didn't see any more use for Smeargle, and you know, in the late game I probably should have saved it because I would have been able to get off like a pretty good like Dark Void or like break the Focus Sash of the Lilligant with the Fake Out. But I'm just gonna put my Amoonguss in right there. Worst comes to worst, my Amoonguss gets hit, gets Regenerator health, and then my Gengar could just switch back in for free. So I do have the Amoonguss out on the field. It's pretty threatened by the Groudon right there. And I don't even think I brought my Kyogre to this matchup. If I didn't, I don't know why, because it wouldn't make any sense not to bring it against this matchup, considering the fact that his team is so heavily reliant on the Sun, be it the Chlorophyll user and Lilligant, and you know, just having the Sun up in general for the Groudon right there. So I was like, oh, you know, I kind of screwed up right here. I put my Gengar in because the Lilligant's going to be able to go ahead and outspeed it, and it could just get off Sleep Powders. So I'm like, I just want you to hit my Amoonguss so I can get my Kyogre in here. And that's where I screwed up. I should have just switched out my Amoonguss right there and put in my Kyogre, but I didn't want to really take a Precipice Blades. So I was like, come on, man, hit me with the Precipice Blade so I can get my eject button switch out right here. And I kind of screw up again because I could have just let my Amoonguss take a hit right there. But at this point in the battle, I was just like, I don't even know what I should do. I screwed up. I really should have just gotten Kyogre in there when the Groudon protected, but I was too afraid of getting hit by a Precipice Blades. And I really wanted my Kyogre to get in here for free, so I didn't have to take any unnecessary damage, so I can change the weather and then outspeed the Lilligant with my Gengar, but unfortunately I go ahead and screw that up. If I had switched in my Kyogre when the Groudon had protected, and I protected my Gengar, he wouldn't have been able to, well, I would have been confused, but the weather would have severely shifted. He would have had no way of shifting it back, and then I could have just taken out the Lilligant or just done a lot of damage with it, possibly with a Sludge Bomb getting a poison on it, and done a lot of damage to the Groudon with my Kyogre. As long as the Kyogre wasn't to feel, the Groudon and the Lilligant were severely hindered. So I kind of I'm choking here yet again. This entire tournament was pretty much like a chokesville on my part. I choke in this game, but fortunately enough, I end up winning it. Spoilers. But I choked against Ajit. I choke against Andrew, as you're going to see in the next episode. I already said I already went 3-3 in this tournament, so after this game, you'd probably assume that I've gone 3-3. Anyway, he's going to get off a very powerful Precipice Blades right there, and obviously, eject button's not going to rock right there. I do want to get rid of the Groudon and get some chip damage off onto the Lilligant right there, because I know my Amoonguss can't do much damage to the Lilligant. I have to do some damage to it, and then the Water Spout would have been able to do a significant amount of damage to the Groudon regardless with the Water Spout. So I know he's just going to try to get rid of my Kyogre, considering the fact that it's really the only offensive presence on the field. And I can't outspeed it. I can't outspeed the Lilligant with my Kyogre, even without with the rain being up. So I'm just going to continuously go for Protects with my Kyogre, and I don't think I wanted to risk a triple Protect right here, so I'm like, maybe he's just going to go for like a Teeter Dance or something like that, anticipating my Protect, and I'll get off like an Ice Beam, but no, he's just going to go for a Grass Knot right there, but I'm still continuously getting off pretty good damage with my Amoonguss right here. So that's 3 Grass Knots in a row, and it's still not doing much damage to the Lilligant. Thank God the Lilligant isn't 4 times resistance to the Grass Knots, because as you see here in a second, that he's going to Grass Knot my Amoonguss, seeing that it's pretty much the only way that he's going to be able to win. Of course, he's going to Teeter Dance me, but Teeter Dance really isn't going to do much to me in general, and Teeter Dance really wasn't working out in his favor. I think it only hit me once in Confusion, and he's Teeter Danced my Amoonguss 3 times. And he's going to go, look how much this does. Nothing. I think it did 7 damage. He would have had to hit me like 7 more times with Grass Knot and get a couple of Confusions. And I'm just going to go ahead and end up winning the game. And literally the timer at this point was like at 18 minutes. And I was literally calling people over to our table because I thought this was absolutely hilarious. You had an Amoonguss and you had a Lilligant 1v1ing each other, and everyone was just basically watching our match, and it was pretty funny because it was literally a fucking Lilligant and an Amoonguss 1v1ing each other, and Amoonguss actually came on the top. Amoonguss could have been the MVP of this tournament if I had actually pulled it out against Ajit, and then I pulled it out against Sun Guy right here, and the eject button is pretty good on this team, considering the fact that I could switch out my Gengar, and then switch in my Amoonguss, and then get the eject button and get Regenerator Health and put my Gengar back in there pretty much for free. And then I could still keep the Pokemon trapped into Perish Song. I haven't really been able to successfully use that in this tournament. I did use Perish Trap in this game right here successfully, but I kind of choked it at the end. Luckily enough, I do win it. But that's pretty much what the team revolves around Perish Trap, putting pressure on, and, late game sweeping with the double primals, and possibly Gengar if I do preserve it. But that's pretty much it for this video right here. We're getting into round 6, where I have the biggest choke of the entire tournament against Andrew Davis, and you're gonna see that in just a second. Alright, peace.